Over 4 million people have watched me crack an egg underwater. Wait, over 400 million people have watched me crack an egg underwater. Today, I'm coming back and I'm going bigger than ever before. Oh! I have this massive ostrich egg, and today I'm taking it into the ocean right here, and I'm gonna crack it and see what comes out of it. I mean, we already know that there's gonna be an ostrich egg inside, but I have no idea what's gonna happen with this thing, and I might be fighting off fish and sharks to protect it so that I can play with my little ostrich egg friend. Let's get in the water. I already know that when you crack an egg at the bottom of the ocean, something crazy happens. Unfortunately, due to technological limitations, I wasn't able to show it last time I tried, so I need to make the egg bigger. But how can I do that? Everyone knows that ostriches lay the biggest eggs in the world. Last time I cracked an egg at the bottom of the ocean, a lot of you complained that given the current state of the economy and price of eggs, I shouldn't have let it go to waste for an egg experiment. But unlike you poors, I'm not affected by the ups and downs of the economy, and I bought this ostrich egg for $100 from a sketchy shop online. The first time they sent the egg, I almost didn't get it because they labeled it as living. I got a letter from the governor warning me not to try to import live ostriches. Trust me, I already have a 1-year-old. I don't need any more responsibilities. So now it's finally time to unbox my egg. It's bigger than I could have ever imagined, and the shell feels hard as a rock. If I had a hard time cracking open the chicken egg underwater, I may need to bring a hammer to crack this monstrosity open. Just in case this egg could crack easily, I left the egg in the protective bubble wrap it was shipped in and carried it out in my mesh bag. I wanted to take a few pictures of this massive egg before we cracked her open because it was pretty expensive and I don't know when I'll be able to buy another one. Haha, look at her little hat. So I finally took my colossal egg friend and went down to the bottom of the ocean. I've been pretty busy since it came in the mail, so it's fully possible that this egg is going to float. If it floats, that means it's gone bad. Not only did it sink, it hit the bottom with a thud. This thing is heavy. Hey look, there's the bad fish that ate my egg last time. Buzz off, you little vermin. I wanted to bring my big machete to crack the egg, but Britt was certain that just my dive knife would be sufficient. My disappointment was immeasurable when I began smashing it with my knife and it barely scratched the surface of the shell. I didn't want to hit it with something too heavy and accidentally destroy the yolk inside. I may need to open it coconut style by tapping it onto something hard while I hold it.
I knew I needed the machete. No, not at all.
So I turned the egg over and gave it a few solid whacks on a slab of reef that was mostly covered in sand. I finally cracked the egg and I was able to begin to peel away the shell. The yolk inside was unlike anything I had ever seen before. I was having so much anxiety about destroying this delicate egg that I ran out of air much faster than normal. I had to rush to the surface, but I couldn't leave my egg down there and let the fish ravage her the way that they did my last egg friend. As I tried to relax and focus on my breathing, a woman randomly approached me and alerted me that there was a GoPro at the bottom. Mind you, Britt and I are both head to toe in professional dive gear. Do you think we can't see it? Do you think we can't dive down 40 feet to go get it? What really stunned me was that she didn't say anything about the egg I'm holding that's the size of a baby's head. You'd think in the middle of the ocean I'd be safe from having an NPC interaction, but it happened. Anyways, I very carefully took the egg back down to the bottom. The hardest part was containing the albumin while keeping the pressure in my ears balanced. I don't have enough hands for this. I I slowly began to crack the shell away from the egg one piece at a time. We're underwater, so it's not like I can just pour it out. When I had cracked about half of the shell away, I finally stuck my hand in and pulled her out. Look at my sweet baby. She's huge. As I marveled at her massive beauty, I saw a large shadow approaching. This turtle honestly scared the crap out of me. What are the odds he shows up right as I crack the egg? He must have been curious, and I actually thought he would just come up and eat the egg out of my hand. One gulp. My $100 investment turns into a $10,000 fine because it's illegal to feed turtles in Hawaii. Luckily, he just swam by and I was able to continue to admire the incredible interaction of the huge egg deep in the ocean. I wanted to keep playing, but at this point, I had already been underwater for over a minute and a half, so I needed to go back up for air. The flashbacks of the fish eating my egg friend last time were haunting me as I left her at the bottom, but it would have been impossible for me to bring me back up to the surface intact. I tried to leave the other camera pointed at her on the bottom, but the ebb and flow of the ocean waves moved her around and obscured the view. Yet again, that evil little fish tried to steal my egg while my guard was down. Unfortunately, all the sand at the bottom got picked up by the albumin and it started to separate from the yolk. The only thing I could think of now was to carry her to the surface to continue our egg experiments where I'd be able to breathe more easily. The first casualty occurred in transit to the surface. The albumin disconnected at approximately 8:43 a.m. and was not able to be recovered. So I got to the surface with my yolk, which was still the size of a mango on its own. I thought of what things I could do with just the yolk, and admittedly, it's not as exciting without the albumin. The first thing that came to mind is I should try to put the yolk in a bubble ring. What could go wrong? I blew a perfect ring first try, but it missed. The second ring wasn't perfect, but it was a direct hit. No! The yolk was destroyed! This outcome was obvious according to Britt, but I genuinely thought she would survive. I knew that the ravenous fish were on their way to eat my egg, so I only had a few moments left to try to get a good ring. Another perfect ring and a complete miss. The fish are closing in and I'm running out of time. Okay, finally I kind of hit and we can see how scrambled the egg got. The fish are going absolutely crazy at this point. They don't fear me anymore. Nothing can stop them from enjoying the delicious ostrich egg. I blew another perfect ring and I thought yet again I missed. But finally it hit. This is the most scrambled an egg could ever be. Look at it go. Enjoy the egg, you crazy fish. You're welcome. Last time I left my eggshells in the ocean, there was a lot of commotion about how I littered. Well, let me remind you that eggshells and sand are both made out of the same element, calcium. So if anything, I'm helping the ocean by leaving the eggshell here. Now the only question is, what egg should I do next? Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye.
So how did it go, do you think? I don't know. Pretty crazy.